Luckily, there's less cars here. Again, this is all the stability controls off on the car. Driving maybe 6/10 with all the systems off. There was no hint of oversteer whatsoever. But yeah, dynamically, it doesn't really feel like it came in. I mean, yeah, there's some sense of a little bit of Porsche maybe in the steering. Some of the older Porsches, definitely not the newer Boxers. It's about to come out. But and definitely not an MX-5 Miata. To me, dynamically, it actually feels a lot closer to a car that has been discontinued for the past 2 years, which is the Honda S2000. Actually, 3 years. I think a lot of reviewers have forgotten about that car, or they forgot how that car drove. Like the S2000, it's a front midship layout. Rear-wheel drive, somewhat high revving, unlike the S2000's power band, which, depending on the model year, was the AP1, of course, between 6 and 9,000 RPMs, and AP2 between 6 and 8,200 RPMs. This one, the power band is actually around 48 to all the way up to about 7,000. Even though you can take it to 74, 7,500, it kind of falls flat as soon as it hits about the 7,100 mark. I mean, it still pulls, but it's not pulling as hard between 48 and 7,000. So once you hit about 7,100 RPMs, it falls a little bit flat. No brakes, a little bit on the gas. There goes the back end a little bit out. Again, not to the point where it's the way some videos make it out to be, which is an oversteer happy car. Again, all those videos that you've seen for the past 3 months or 2 months, it's basically all these testers inducing oversteer. One thing about the car, though, is that if it does oversteer, it oversteers very progressively. Initially, when I saw the spec sheet on the car, 215 45s all around, I was a little wary about the wheel and tire size, because typically all rear-wheel drive cars today, they usually have a staggered setup where the back wheels and tires are wider than the front, to give it a little bit more grip. But generally, when you lose grip in a lot of these staggered rear-wheel drive cars, it usually transitions into snap oversteer. Because here you are, you're excited about how much grip the car has, and all of a sudden you misjudge a corner, and then the back end comes out. And then if it does come out 10 times, maybe you catch it 2 out of 10 in a non-track environment with all the stability systems off. Where this car, when it does break into an oversteer, it's more progressive, more linear. You can actually feel the car, like in that corner right there. You can literally feel it. Heel toe. So again, that's 55. Again, I mean, that wasn't the cleanest line. But again, there was more understeer than there was oversteer. So for those who are afraid that the car might oversteer on them compared to the BRZ, you have nothing to worry about.